Good afternoon and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Providence Holy Cross Medical Center, Hestia Med Spa, and Comfort Keepers In-Home Care. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host,
Dr. Jean Dorio,
on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And speaking of quality of life where wine is concerned, we have the one and only Robert Reyes, who's the owner of Reyes Winery on Main and a big winery in Agua Dulce, right?
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Good to see you again.
welcome as usual. Yeah.
Thank
yes,
you.
yes, yes.
On a nice hot day in Santa Clarita, 91 degrees out right now.
You bet it's beautiful.
Is it 91? No, it's not 91.
It doesn't feel like
No,
91
it
where we're
couldn't
at.
be 91.
Yeah, we're used to it. But it is, yeah. It's 91 right now.
Wow.
Oh, come on, you're
At
kidding me.
least in North Santa Clarita.
Well, maybe in North Santa Clarita. Maybe. But
And we have to, because this is the senior hour, and it's June 1st, summer is coming up, and we have to remind our seniors that with the heat, you have to try to maintain your hydration. That becomes a problem for the next 3 months.
I have my water right here. So does Robert.
There you go.
That's right.
And I got my Gatorade.
Okay.
That's not good for you. That's full of sugar.
That's exactly right.
And,
The worst thing you can do.
actually,
Yeah,
it's
it is.
not. So, go take a look at the content. It depends on your activity and whether you have your pancreas is working correctly and you're not a diabetic. It does enhance one's hydration fairly rapidly.
This might be a conversation for another day.
I think so.
Because we can get into this, but I'm not.
Okay, Robert, what's going on with Reyes Winery in June?
Well, lots
Can you
of
believe
things.
June already?
Oh, that's right.
Whoa.
That is right. Yeah. Well, lots of things happening. We made some changes, good changes, and we're moving forward. Looking forward to some of the events coming up. We have Father's Day brunch on Sunday,
cool.
June 19, and
June
that should be a
19.
great event. And we're taking reservations. There's a few spots left, I'm sure. And we also have our membership pickup. The Reyes Winery membership picks up their wines, and we do an event around that. And normally it's a 2-day event, but this time because of bookings at the rooftop and the restaurant, we had to cut it down to 1 day. So it's going to be on Sunday, June 19. No, I'm sorry. No, member pickup is June 18, Saturday.
June 18th.
And that's going to go from 11 to 3 for our membership. And so our members can come and pick up their wines, have lunch with us, have some wine, and have a good time. And, of course, they can hang out after 3 if they desire to hang out. But, that's a great party.
So how many members do you have in your winery? Now, does that mean out at the actual winery?
Yes, that is out at the actual winery, yes. And we anticipate having possibly coming to Newhall, to the rooftop, possibly over the 4 or 5 hour period, 400 or 500 people.
Whoa.
Wow.
And that's not all the members, but some will pick up at the winery, but I'm sure a lot of them are going to want to come here for brunch and just to some of the members that have not visited before. A lot of them are making reservations for that now. So if any members are listening, we suggest to make reservations for that.
Now, do you also have a food area in Agua Dulce at the winery? An eating area?
No, we serve cheese plates there at the winery, but people can bring their own picnics and hang out there out in the open. We have tents outside, and since COVID, we've been serving outside. And people seem to enjoy that. And, of course, the weather is so beautiful.
Oh, that's true.
The mountains are beautiful. The vineyards are green and nice. And So
a lovely
it's great.
place to eat
Absolutely,
lunch.
absolutely. It's
yes.
lovely.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
Good idea.
So some will come here, some will go there. Right.
But you will be very busy.
I'm sure. I'm sure. That's right. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. And, of course, we have other things. We have live music on June 12th from 5 to 7. And, of course, we're looking forward to the next census block party here on Main Street. And, of course, our block here is not necessarily closed, but people go by here from the parking structure and they see us. And so what we're going to be doing at Reyes Winery on Main is we're going to be serving hors d'oeuvres and providing wine tasting to people who may want to stop by and talk and see what we're about and try a little bit of an hors d'oeuvre or even have dinner with us or whatever. So
Well,
that's,
now, are you going to put barricades and tables in front of outdoors? In
yes,
front?
yes, and because we
That's
have
a good idea.
we have that large opening that is a sectional door that we actually
Right.
open to the sidewalk, so it's pretty much open. So, but yes, we will put tables out there and hors d'oeuvres, and we'll have people greeting people, and so we're looking
That's
forward
a
to
good-
meeting a
that's
lot of people who
that's
come
a
to the
good
street.
idea. I've never been to one of those.
Yes, and yeah, and like I mentioned before we started, that yes, you should come if you haven't been. It's
Now,
fun.
is that
you know.
on a Thursday?
It's on. Yes, it's on the. It's on a Thursday. Yes,
Okay, and what's that date?
it's June 16.
June 16th.
It's the third Thursday of every month.
It's always.
Up until yes, up
Always.
until there's a window of time. I believe it's March to October, but yes, but definitely June 16, the census block party here on Main Street.
Now, what do they have? Do they have vendors selling stuff? Is that what it is?
Well, actually, it's more of, well, they have music, okay, on the part of the street that is closed, it's about 2 blocks, and they have music, it's live band, and then there's entertainment for kids. It's really a nice block party.
Yeah, I've always come around.
It's a
and
family
and
event.
Seen
Yes.
everything's closed. The streets are closed to get in there, and I've often wondered, what it's all about.
Yeah, no, the entire street is not closed.
No, but the entrance to Main
Yes.
is.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, you
yes,
can't get
on
in.
that side of the street.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, on that end of the street. Yes, correct.
Interesting.
Yes. So it's a nice night out for the family, and we're looking forward to that next one.
Wow.
Yes.
And what else is happening? You had one more item, didn't you?
Well, there is there's a cigar night that's been organized by one of our people, and it happens on Tuesdays. And since I'm not a smoker, I don't particularly.
A cigar night. Is that the one that involves Bob Keller?
No.
No. That's a different
No,
one.
we have a group, and they come, and we invite others to come.
Up top.
Up to
Of
the top
course,
because
up
it's open air.
Yes.
As not to be
I can't
offensive to
imagine
anybody.
having cigar smoke down inside.
No, not at all.
No.
No. That's out in the open, and yeah, absolutely. But that happens on Tuesdays. Yes.
On Tuesdays. Okay, I didn't know that. Now, this is something new you've started then.
Right.
And what made you decide
Well,
to do that?
it was by popular request of people that we know, some cigar aficionados. They love their cigars, and they wanted to do this, and we thought,
Isn't that
yeah,
interesting?
we have a great port for those that like port with their cigars.
I like port, but not with a cigar. I can't imagine smoking a cigar. Oh. Well, I don't think women smoke cigars.
Oh
do
yeah,
they?
women do.
They do?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
Sure.
Barbara,
What? What?
Barbara, do you smoke cigars?
No, I don't smoke cigars.
just
I
wondering.
don't smoke anything. I used
I'm
to
just
smoke
saying.
many, many years ago, but not cigars.
What did you smoke?
Cigarettes.
Oh,
And that was way before this vaping stuff started.
okay.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
Yeah, my grandson was up here in Palmdale and down here from Branson, Missouri for a few
Okay.
days,
Oh.
and he's a smoker.
Okay.
And when I went to hug him goodbye, ooh, he smelled horrible. And I got all that smell on my blouse, and I had to get home and wash my blouse because it wouldn't leave. And that's
Okay.
horrible. Cigarette smoke. Ooh,
Yes.
even though I used to be a smoker for many years. Good
Right.
heavens, but I can't stand it now.
Okay. Glad we
Well,
gave
what
it
made
up.
you stop, Barb?
What made me stop?
Yeah.
Health.
That was the major thing. My health concerns. But it was a long, long time ago. I think I must have stopped smoking. And I urged Russ to stop smoking too after I had stopped. And we both went to the, I can't think of what the name of it is now, but it was down in the valley. But it was, they would zap you.
Oh.
You'd smoke, and every time you'd take a drag, they would electricize you,
Okay.
whatever it is. I
Yeah.
forget the name
They
of the
they put people in jail for that today.
Maybe it was the Schick Center, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think
I
so.
don't know whether it's still around or not.
I have not heard, but yeah, I remember
No,
that.
we don't do that anymore.
Boy, I sure did.
What, the electroshock?
Yes.
Okay.
It was not very comfortable, but it stopped my smoking.
Okay.
Completely stopped it. And I think that's why I just don't like cigarette smoke anymore. I don't know
Maybe you
about
can do
cigar
that.
smoke. That's a little
Barb?
different. What, love?
Maybe you can do that for me with my Gatorade.
Take you down to the Schick Center?
Let me see if we can help you with that.
That'll shock me.
That would be too funny.
Not to me.
But you have to be willing to give it up.
See, I'm not.
Say so it wouldn't work on you.
Yeah, probably would not.
You know, doctor, I do psychiatry work on the side if you ever want to come and talk to me.
Hypnotism.
I think you should, Gene. I think you
So-
should.
Do you like put a watch in front of me, or maybe you put a cork in front of me and make it go back and forth? You will not drink Gatorade anymore. You will not drink Gatorade anymore.
So he's going to hypnotize you then.
Yeah.
Is that
with
it?
a cork.
Okay.
Well, okay, so we've hit the areas of entertainment, so to speak.
The
Now,
highlights.
is Melanie, is that her name?
Yes,
Is she going to be playing?
she's going to be playing.
Oh,
She's
she
gonna be
is
playing.
terrific.
You know, I have not met her personally nor heard her music personally. I
haven't?
have not. So if you promise me you're going to be there, I'll be there. How's
Okay,
that?
now which date is this? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 dates.
That is June 12th from 5 to 7 p.m.
Okay, over here across the street.
across the street on the rooftop.
Yes, must see. June
Melanie's
12th.
going to be there playing her
Melanie.
music.
Oh,
Yes.
she is so good. Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
You have to be here too with Robin. Do you hear me, Gene?
We're still, in terms of going out, Barb, we're still we're watching the statistics of L.A. County and Santa Clarita. So we are still a little bit leery about being amongst people.
Yes,
You know,
but we will be
so,
upstairs on the roof.
You know,
I
my
know, but
my thinking is
understand that.
my thinking is if you have a doctor that prevents you from having fun, change doctors.
Well, I haven't lost very many patients yet, at least who wanted to change. So I'm pretty conservative in terms of exposure for our older adults
Of course.
and COVID still. So,
Of
I
course.
think we still have to remain cautious. That's all.
So does
We
that
just
mean
don't-
you're not going to attend my 86th birthday party on the roof?
That's in October, though.
Yes, I know.
We're kind of
That's
so
not
we,
very far
you know,
away.
No, it's June, July, August, September, October. That's 3-4 months away, Barb. We still
4.5
we have
months.
time to celebrate, and individually we probably will find some way to celebrate with you if we need to individually. So, it's still tough times for many of our seniors. Many of our seniors, even with the senior center, are hesitant. So, I'm good with that and their hesitancy.
Yeah, well, that is good because it seems to have hit seniors worse than others.
Oh, absolutely. The
Yes.
numbers are staggering.
Well, I'm very
staggering.
fortunate. I'm very fortunate. I have not gotten it. I've gotten all of my shots and my boosters, and so far, so good.
Great.
Yes, yes.
All right.
So,
Awesome.
okay, Robert, let's talk about wine and its effect on people in general, but mainly from what I've heard, it's often said that seniors need to drink red wine,
Yes, a couple of glasses a day.
a couple a day, small glasses,
Well, yeah, 5 ounce each.
or
something
one
like
big
that.
one.
Or that too, you know.
Well, as long as
I
it's
mean-
good red wine, which you sell,
Absolutely.
because I've had experience with drinking red wine and had a massive, massive headache.
Right, and we've talked about that a little bit in the
Yes.
past, and that has to do with how the grapes are grown and how they're treated. And it mostly comes from pesticides and herbicides that are used in the vineyard. Although we are not an organic vineyard per se, we use nothing but organic products in the field,
Right.
right? So, yes, there are friendly pests and there's other pests that are not so friendly. However, whatever we use, see, we remove all of our grasses from the field manually, right? And we use organic pesticides, which
Okay.
can be used up until the day before harvest, which we don't. We probably use those a couple of times a year. And in fact, speaking of, we'll probably be doing that starting tomorrow. Takes a couple of days to go through the whole vineyard and fumigate. But again, organic products only.
So that's part of the problem with some red wines, especially the cheaper ones.
Absolutely. Pesticides will do harm, absolutely give you headaches, give you all kinds of other things that you cannot even identify, but you certainly don't feel good.
Well, that's why I changed to Chardonnay, to a dry white wine,
Okay.
because that does not give me a headache.
Right.
But if I have a good glass of red wine that's good wine, it doesn't bother me.
Right.
And I often wondered why. And I was told by a friend of mine who has a son who works in the wine business. He said, well, it's because, I think he said the sulfates in the wine. He said, if it's a cheaper wine, it's not made properly or something.
Right. A cheaper wine has additives and things that are
Okay.
not necessarily identified in the label.
Oh,
Right.
I see.
So, yes. But sulfites don't necessarily give you headaches. Sulfite is a naturally occurring part of the grapes.
Right.
And yes, in excess, sure, anything is going to be bad. But headaches you get from a bad combination of elements in the wine, and those are the cheaper wines.
That's
but when you
why I
take a
don't-
natural,
yeah.
a high quality grape made into wine and treat it the way we treat our wines, then you don't normally get a headache. Yes, if you drink too much, you're going to get a headache.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Right?
I've done that once before, and I will never, ever do it again.
Right.
I've never been so sick in my entire life. Oh,
So excess alcohol, anything in excess is going to have its repercussions.
well, that happened to me when I was 18.
Right.
I drank too much wine,
Okay.
Last year.
and it was at my home because my parents were out of town,
Okay.
and I had a bunch of my friends over.
Party, party, party.
Oh, my goodness. And they finally had to put me to bed.
Okay.
And my two girlfriends took care of everybody else and
never
cleaned up the
again.
house, and I never again,
Never
ever.
again.
No.
Good. Good for you.
So you learn a lesson.
Right.
It wasn't a very good lesson, but
So,
in ways
yeah.
it was.
Right. So anyway, the better wines are not going to give you a headache.
Yeah,
Normally.
okay.
Unless you drink in excess. That's the bottom line.
No, I can't drink in excess.
Right.
I don't
Now
like that.
you've had Reyes wines.
Yes, oh yes.
Okay.
And I still have a couple of them at home.
Great. Great. Well, you got to drink those.
Oh yes. In fact, I was thinking about it because I thought it's time to look in there because I've got a stack of wines in a thing. There's about 6 bottles, and I think 2 of them are yours.
Okay.
And I thought, oh, it's time to empty that
It's time.
stack.
It's
Yeah,
time.
and start.
Well,
But I
enjoy
can
those.
have 2 small glasses or 1 big glass.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to do. That's for dinner tonight.
You bet. Enjoy.
Oh, I will. I will. Yeah, and once I finish this wine off, I'm going to become a customer of yours
Well, thank you.
to order my wine.
You bet.
Because as long as I'm living, I'm going to drink wine.
I think you should.
You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
You bet.
And you only live once, don't you?
That's right.
And I may as well enjoy it.
You bet. Enjoy it.
Because
Absolutely.
I plan to live a lot longer than I am now.
Have a little vino.
Yes, absolutely. With a good meal, a
You bet.
healthy meal.
Absolutely.
Well, it's been terrific having you again.
My pleasure.
Oh,
Always
I
my pleasure.
loved
I
it.
have a lot of fun coming here.
Yeah. And give our love to Rosa.
Thank you. I will.
And-
Thank you.
Move her on her way.
You bet.
I'll give you a
She's-
kick if you don't.
I will. I will take care of her. I promise.
Yeah, she had hip surgery. Wasn't that right?
Yes,
Hip
correct.
surgery.
She's doing well. She's
That's
doing really well.
terrific.
Good.
She's
Yeah.
I
already
can't
driving.
wait to see her because she comes in every once in a while.
She does.
You know, over
Yes.
across the street.
That's
So,
right.
Anyway, everyone, if you love wine and you haven't been to Reyes Winery on Main, please go. It's a terrific place and a terrific owner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. It's been wonderful.
Thank you,
Really
Robert.
has.
Always.
Yes.
Take care, Doc.
Be,
Yes, you too.
be safe. Stay hydrated.
Yes, but
right.
not with
91 degrees.
not with Gatorade, with water. Okay, thanks, Robert. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
No doubt about it, LA is an awesome place to live. But even while living in the land of beaches and mountains, it's safe to say that we could all use a real vacation right about now. One where you don't have to stop for gas, cook your own meals, or strip your own sheets. Lucky for us, Princess Cruises has a port right here in LA. Now, for a limited time, LA residents can sail with Princess from just $89 per day to the beaches of Mexico, the tropics of Hawaii, or cruise along the California coast without getting stuck in traffic. That's right, just $89 per day. And while these great destinations aren't going anywhere, these deals won't be around forever. So visit princess.com, call 1-800-PRINCESS, or contact your travel advisor to book your cruise today. Set sail with LA's cruise line, Princess Cruises. Terms and restrictions apply. Promotional pricing ends November 30th, 2021. Ships are Bermudan and British registry. Before booking, consult the CDC website at www.cdc.gov.
It's a hit. Audiences are loving Something Rotten, playing now at the Canyon Theater Guild. The year is 1595, and Shakespeare is a rock star. A rival acting troupe can't compete with The Bard. They need something new, exciting, never before done. Laugh your way back in time to the Renaissance with this hilarious show featuring tap dancing, Shakespeare, and the origins of the musical. Get your tickets today by calling 661-799-2702 or reserve online at canyontheater.org.
Right now, as you're listening to this, the last thing on your mind is needing a plumber.
Whitaker Plumbing understands.
That's why we want you to store this in the for later use file in your brain.
Whitaker Plumbing will handle all emergencies.
Your toilet won't stop running?
Call Whitaker.
Your sink is dripping?
Call Whitaker.
Your garbage disposal sounds funky?
Whitaker will handle it.
Upgrading your water heater? All your plumbing services with one call.
Whitaker Plumbing. Whitaker with 1T Plumbing, SCV.com.
Aloha, friends! Go check out Honu Coffee, home of the best cold brew coffee. What makes their coffee special is how their organic coffee beans are infused with nitrogen to create a smooth and delicious cup of coffee. You'll also find traditional bold coffees and island-inspired signature drinks. They're the perfect place to catch up with friends or just relax with your favorite cup of joe. Honu Coffee on Lyons and Walnut in Newhall. Stop by and say aloha.
And now for your convenience, a second Honu location at 23502 Lyons Avenue between Peachland and Apple.
Embrace Your Smile has a team of top Santa Clarita orthodontists, Dr. Stephen Gilbertson, Dr. Peter Weber, and Dr. Megan LaCourneau.
I think for me, what makes it stand out is when I have patients that come up to me and say, we have never been in a doctor's office that feels like this. Our team is a family, and we really get along, and we are really passionate about what we do, helping our patients get the smiles they want and deserve.
Dr. Megan LaCornu of Embrace Your Smile Orthodontics.
Embrace your smile.
EmbraceYourSmile.com.
Welcome, folks, to the Backyard Masterpiece Podcast. We have Tom here, a first-time DIYer, talking about the multi-tiered rose garden he planted in his yard. How did you begin this masterpiece?
Well, the first thing I did was make the call.
The call?
Yes, to 811. I knew my project required digging, so I had SoCal Gas come and mark my natural gas lines.
Pro tip, take notes, people. Always contact 811 by phone or online 2 business days before you dig.
Yep.
Visit SoCalGas.com/811 to learn more.
If you need help at home or at the office, call Made For You. Made For You is a locally owned, bonded, and licensed cleaning service with over 20 years of experience. All employees are vetted for your protection. No need to buy products or equipment. The Made For You staff comes complete with everything needed to make your home or office cleaner than ever. Hire Made For You one time, as needed, or an ongoing basis. No room is off limits. Laundry and ironing services are also available. Call Made For You for a free estimate. 255-2922. That's 255-2922.
If you're in need of physical therapy, check out Focus Physical Therapy. Owner and therapist Adam Laraway has the latest in cutting-edge technology, introducing the Newbie, the ultimate in neuromuscular re-education. The Newbie can help you heal up to 70% faster and was FDA cleared in September 2017. The Newbie uses pulse direct current, which mimics the same neurological signals the brain uses and allows the therapist to identify those signals with 100% accuracy. Newbie can even help improve your sleep while tackling issues with neck, knee, and shoulder pain, sciatica, and arthritis. It can accelerate your fitness progress, which means better results in less sessions. Get stronger quicker. Why not use the same technology that the Dodgers and the LA Clippers use? Focus PT, located on Peachland off Lyons in Newhall. Call 255-4205. Go online at focusphysicaltherapyscv.com.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host Dr. Jean Dorio on your hometown station 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. And our guest now is the one and only Adam Laraway from Focus Physical Therapy.
Good afternoon. Thanks
How
for
are
having me
you?
back.
It's good to see you
Welcome,
again.
Adam.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're tired this morning, but that's all right. No, this afternoon you're
Is that
tired.
right? Yep.
Yeah. You stayed up too late last night.
I did stay up too late last night.
I can't stay up past 10 o'clock. Otherwise I fall asleep in my chair.
Yeah, that's my bedtime too.
And with my kitty cat on my lap, because she likes to stay on my lap. And she growls at me when I get up, like, Mother, you're not supposed to move. Mother, you're not supposed to move. I said, yeah, but I got to go to bed.
Yeah.
So she jumps and follows me into the bedroom, and we go to bed. But that's 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
Anything later, I'm wide awake.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my bedtime too. It's 10 o'clock. That's when I should be getting in bed.
Yeah. But you didn't last night.
I didn't last night. Sleep is important, though. Sleep is important.
Oh,
for
it
sure.
really is.
Absolutely.
It really is.
And
absolutely.
I do talk to my patients quite a bit about sleep because sleep is really important for your recovery because that's when your body goes through, REM sleep and deep sleep to help with, the recovery of, especially post-surgery or injury, it helps with inflammation. Yep. So sleep is really, really crucial, and a lot of us don't get enough sleep.
No, that's very true.
Yeah.
Especially if you drink a glass of wine.
Post-surgery or hospitalization is, Adam, what you do, physical therapy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we got to get people moving, prevent blood clots, get the muscles firing, get things stronger, range of motion back. So that's definitely what we do post-surgery for sure.
Now, do you treat numbers of seniors?
I do. Yeah, we treat probably about a third of our practice is seniors.
Really?
Yeah. So we treat quite a bit, and we
Wow.
see for all different kinds of things. Post-surgically, so I've got a couple people who have had hip replacements that are in therapy right now. I've got a couple people that have knee replacements in therapy. Some people more just kind of deconditioning, so maybe they've taken a fall, and their strength's not as good, their balance is off. So yeah, so we see quite a bit of senior, and then just your normal injuries. I had a gal who that I'm working with that was out on a hike and slipped and fractured her foot, so she's in
Ooh.
therapy for the fracture recovery. So, and then just your normal everyday stuff. People get back pain and shoulder pain and all kinds of. We work on it all.
And obviously, you're successful.
We are, yeah. It's fun. I think that's probably the biggest part I like of physical therapy is helping others get back to what they want to do. I really try and take an approach when they come in for their evaluation. I literally put my computer off to the side. I sit there with open arms and just say, "What can I help you with? What are you here for?" And they start to tell me kind of what they've been dealing with, and then we get a game plan together and set some goals. I always ask them, like, what do you want to get back to? Are you wanting to play tennis? Are you wanting to go on a walk? Are you wanting to walk your dog? I think it's really important that we assess what it is that person is in front of me, so that I can help them get back to doing what they want to do. Your movement is probably your most important thing to help with your health. Being sedentary is not going to help you.
No, that's very true.
Yep.
No, I go into my spare room and get on my bike.
Yeah. Yep.
And pedal.
Yep. And our
and
seniors
pedal
are staying
pedal.
more and more active, which is really, really good. And
Well, I found, I think I've said this before, when I walk outside, there are so many people walking their dogs.
Yeah.
And they don't go out in the street. They stay on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
I'm forced to go out in the street.
Yeah.
To get around them, to stay away from them.
Yeah.
And I've really quit doing much walking. I'd rather go in there and get on the bike.
Yep.
And pedal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's movement,
Yeah.
And then I do the other exercises
the
that,
postural stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely great. That's wonderful. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
what I enjoy. And plus I've got a TV there I can look at too. So
There you go. There you go. I'm
I
amazed.
can just keep on pedaling, and that's all it takes.
You got to find stuff that you enjoy. That's your deal.
That's what makes life worth living.
Yeah, it's funny. I have a gentleman I've worked with twice now in the last couple years, but he's 83 and he's playing softball 3 times a week.
Good for him.
And I helped him with a shoulder a couple years ago, or I guess a year ago. Got that back in check, and then unfortunately he pulled his groin, so I'm seeing him back for his groin.
Ooh.
But we mapped him up with the newbie, and in the first session the groin pain was gone. So now we're just getting the strength back. So he's doing really good. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun.
83 years old.
83 years old.
Good for him. That's
yeah.
fantastic.
Amazing.
Oh, it
But
really
Adam,
is.
Most of the seniors don't realize, though, that it takes a concerted, controlled effort to get back into shape, and they don't realize that Medicare and the insurance companies will pay for that, trying to get one back to normal. So let's kind of go through a little bit what our seniors should realize, that they might hurt themselves and recover quickly, but when they're not recovering quickly, they should seek help.
Absolutely.
And physical therapy is one of the ways to get back to normal.
Yeah.
But if you don't know that you have access to it, you're just not going to do it. So, Adam, we need to emphasize with our seniors that they can get care, appropriate care, diligent care through physical therapy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and it's interesting. I had called Medicare years ago because, they used to have these things called the therapy cap. They don't call them the cap anymore now. It's a threshold. And it's a certain dollar amount that they adjust every year. And there's kind of a level 1 and a level 2. And, they can audit the charts to make sure that, things are going. But the biggest component is that as long as it's medically necessary, and that's the term that Medicare uses, as long as it's medically necessary, then physical therapy, they'll pay for it. And they told me, they said it could be 10 visits, it could be 1,000 visits. As long as it's medically necessary, Medicare will cover the services to get back to it. There's obviously some caveats in that, and that we have to, be good with our documentation and making sure that
Yes.
we're showing that there's progress and that type of stuff. But I also talk to them about, because they will pay for maintenance therapy. I had a patient that I worked with that had multiple sclerosis, and so that's a progressive disorder, and so Medicare will pay for physical therapy above those thresholds if you're maintaining function so that they're not regressing. They consider that medically necessary. But it's on the therapist. We got to make sure that we're doing good documentation and justifying why we're continuing care and that type of stuff. But Medicare will cover the care to help people out. We just gotta utilize it. So it works pretty good.
And Adam, there are just individuals who fall.
Yes.
And their loved ones are seeing them get weaker and walk less, walk with a limp, and they're not doing well at home, and there's high potential for them to fall. But there are ways to get the core strength back. There are ways to get the ambulation better, but you have to do it in the right way.
Absolutely.
If you don't know how to do it, which most seniors don't, you're not going to do it correctly, or you're not going to do it effectively.
Yeah.
So tell us, when individuals are falling, that's kind of a clue that they might need physical therapy, and to turn to physical therapists like yourself is so important to keep people in their homes.
Absolutely. We talk about that a lot, because the worst thing you can do is fall, and then potentially things, you break a hip, or you break a something, and then you're sedentary, and then things can get progressively worse, and so you have to get yourself up and moving, and so that's where with a physical therapist we can assess at your initial evaluation what your strength is, what your range of motion is, how your balance is. We do all those, and we have these different surveys that we use to assess some of that stuff. We also use that to justify to Medicare that, hey, we're showing improvements with these surveys. And so, it's really important to have that progression, and that's what we do. We set that up, because some of the stuff may initially, if you are deconditioned or you're weak, have to start out fairly, conservative. You may only be able to do some isometrics. You may not be able to do a bridge, so we got to just get those muscles firing. And that's, one of the advantages that I have with my piece of equipment, the Anubi that I always talk about, is that I can literally put those pads on those muscles and cause them to contract. Whether you like it or not. And but we get that eccentric load into the muscles and get them to start firing correctly, and get the brain to connect with them so that they turn back on. And it's been a lot of fun to help people get back to their function.
That's terrific. We need to take a short break. We'll be back in a few minutes and talk with you, Adam, because I want you to tell a little bit about the newbie.
You bet, absolutely.
Okay, I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
Green Thumb International has the widest variety of shrubs, flowering plants, and gardening supplies in the Santa Clarita Valley. This week in your garden. It's a great time to plant flowers, fruits, and vegetables, and to survey your yard, tune up your tools, and bring new life to your garden soil. Everything you need for your yard and garden is right here at Green Thumb International on Railroad Avenue near Sierra Highway. Green Thumb puts the green in your thumb. Find them online at greenthumb.com.
If you're in need of physical therapy, check out Focus Physical Therapy. Owner and therapist Adam Laraway has the latest in cutting-edge technology, introducing the Newbie, the ultimate in neuromuscular re-education. The Newbie can help you heal up to 70% faster and was FDA cleared in September 2017. The Newbie uses pulse direct current, which mimics the same neurological signals the brain uses and allows the therapist to identify those signals with 100% accuracy. Newbie can even help improve your sleep while tackling issues with neck, knee, and shoulder pain, sciatica, and arthritis. It can accelerate your fitness progress, which means better results in less sessions. Get stronger quicker. Why not use the same technology that the Dodgers and the LA Clippers use? Focus PT, located on Peachland off Lyons in Newhall. Call 255-4205. Go online at focusphysicaltherapyscv.com.
Today for lunch, why not try The Sandwich Shop, located on Avenue Stamford, right off Rye Canyon. The Sandwich Shop offers dozens of hot or cold, affordable, premium deli sandwiches. Gourmet soups and salads are also available. Regulars indulge in the cheesy focaccia rolls, which is a customer favorite. Then top it off with owner Charlie Chung's chunky chocolate chip cookies. Breakfast and catering is also available. The Sandwich Shop, since 1983, located on Avenue Stamford, right off Rye Canyon. ValenciaSandwichShop.com to place your order.
No words can describe the power of belonging to a group of close friends or being part of a family. Insight Treatment Center was founded more than 20 years ago to give teenagers a community of friends and family as they overcome issues like depression, anxiety, and trauma. The new Santa Clarita location is a COVID-secure environment where distance and good airflow are a priority. As a leader in providing intensive outpatient treatment to teenagers, Insight Treatment Center in Santa Clarita is here to help. Call 888-295-9995 or go online to insighttreatment.com.
Summer. Trips to the beach, barbecues, taking classes.
Wait, did you say taking classes?
Yeah, College of the Canyons has a great selection of summer classes starting in June and July.
I'm traveling this summer and I don't want to take in-person classes.
Both online and on-campus options are offered.
Well, I don't have a lot of money to spend.
COC is only $46 per unit.
Wow, I never realized how beneficial taking a summer class at COC could be.
Visit canyons.edu/schedule and get ready. Reset. Go summer.
Santa Clarita has a new singing sensation, Terrell Edwards.
100% giving it your all and nothing.
Terrell Edwards opening at Santa Clarita's Canyon Club for the Super 70s group Ambrosia.
That's how much I feel for you, baby.
Ambrosia and Terrell Edwards at the Canyon Club Santa Clarita, Saturday, June 18th. Ambrosia and Terrell Edwards. Reserve your tickets now at hometownstation.com/Ambrosia.
We salute our veterans who sacrifice for our freedom. Every week, we share an inspirational story of a local veteran on our Hometown Heroes page at hometownstation.com. Thanks to our good friends at Eternal Valley.
I'm Richard Nunnally, General Manager of Eternal Valley Memorial Park and Mortuary. We believe taking care of each other is what community is all about. We're proud to bring you the stories of our hometown heroes.
Eternal Valley, life well celebrated.
Visit hometownstation.com, sponsored by Eternal Valley.
It's painful when your teenager in your household is out of control. Out of control behavior is your teen's way of telling you something is wrong. Sometimes the reason for your teen's out of control behavior is so personal and tragic, your teen would never tell you or anyone else. Actions speak louder than words. Action Drug Rehab can help. With compassionate individual counseling, group sessions, and family support, Action Drug Rehab has been caring for thousands of Santa Clarita teens for decades. Visit actiondrugrehab.com. Get help now.
It's like no other station I've ever listened to. It's great.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. And we're speaking with Adam Laraway from Focus Physical Therapy. And before we took a break, you had mentioned a newbie.
Yep, the newbie.
The newbie.
Yeah, the newbie's my piece of equipment that I have. We're the only one in Santa Clarita that has it, which is a nice differentiator. But it's really catching on. It's direct current. It's different than your standard like TINS units and interferential units that you would see in normal physical therapy clinics. I have those in the clinic, but I don't really use them anymore. I use it a lot of different ways. So I use it to help with recovery. I use it to map the nervous system and figure out where the problem is. And I use it to strengthen. So we use it a lot of different ways depending on what frequency we use. But it mimics the nervous system, which is really, really cool. And so it helps us identify where the problem is, not necessarily where the pain is, but where the problem is. And that's how we get to the bottom of it and get it figured out.
Interesting.
Yeah, really
How
good
do you
stuff.
spell it?
Neubie.
Neubie.
Yeah, that's the equipment. The company is actually called Neufit, Neufit. And so they're the maker of the company. But it's pretty cool stuff. It's been around since September of 2017. It got a FDA approval. It's a Class 2 medical device, so you have to have a professional license to be able to operate it on somebody. But it is really cool stuff. It's been a big game changer for physical therapy practices.
Really?
Yeah. When I got mine, there wasn't that many providers. There was only 2 in California. There's about 9 now, so it's definitely catching on. A lot of the professional sports teams are using them with their athletes. So you're seeing.
So it's
a lot
much
of that.
more effective then.
It is, because it allows us to map the nervous system and figure out where the problem is with 100% accuracy. Wherever your brain is sending a signal that's causing either some type of like inhibition, so turning a muscle off, or overactivation, so maybe a muscle's guarding or it's protecting. When we use the sponge with the newbie, we go over those spots, and when we get there, because your brain is sending a signal there, the intensity goes up. The machine didn't change, it stays the same, but because of the duplication of the signal, it helps us identify where your brain is sending the problem or causing the problem.
Whoa.
And so once we do that, we stick pads on those spots, and we find those spots, and then we go through movement patterns. And some of them are really, really simple patterns. So
what is a boomer pattern, you said?
Movement pattern.
Oh,
so,
a movement.
So say somebody had pain when they lift their shoulder, like reaching into a cupboard.
Right.
And so we can map your shoulder, find out where the brain is sending the signal that's causing the problem, and then I may have you do that, reaching into the cupboard motion with the newbie on, and that will re-educate the brain to shut off those protective mechanisms that are causing the problem. And sometimes it's instant, within reps. Sometimes it takes a few visits. Everybody's a little bit different, but it's been a real game changer. It's kind of fun because, you can really find out where the issue is.
And that helps you
big time.
as a physical therapist.
Oh, big time, yeah, absolutely.
You can see the problem area right now.
I always crack up because if I do an evaluation with somebody and say they have a family member, as they're watching me do the initial vow and start the mapping process, almost inevitably, they're like, I got to get in to see you. Or they'll say, I need my husband to come in to see you. This is crazy, so it's pretty funny. So it's like I said, it's been a differentiator for my practice.
A very, very effective machine.
Yeah, absolutely. Really cool stuff.
So tell us, Adam, where is your practice and how can our listeners contact you?
So we're located off of Peachland and Lyons. We're 25050 Peachland Avenue. We're Suite 205, just upstairs from Valencia Pharmacy. And our website is www.focusptscv for Santa Clarita Valley.com. And our phone number is 661-255-4205.
Yes. That's what I have.
255-4625?
4205.
4205.
4205.
Yes.
So just so our listeners know, because we're coming to the end of our show, just so our listeners know the value of physical therapy, those family members and caregivers need to realize that even though people are falling, that doesn't mean they need to go to a nursing home.
Correct.
They can get physical therapy through Medicare, and Medicare through physical therapy can get them back on their feet and survive in their home. So, Adam, you do a great service to Santa Claritans and serve as a tremendous safety net for those in our community who potentially could end up in a nursing home, but allowed to stay at home. Adam, thanks for everything you do, and that Focus Physical Therapy, our listeners can call 255-4205. Was that the number?
That's correct, yes.
Yes.
Great, Adam. Well, thank you for being on the show again. We appreciate it, and we look forward to having you back again.
Wonderful.
We are sponsored by Comfort Keepers In-Home Care, Providence Holy Cross Medical Center, Hestia Med Spa. Listen to us next week on the Senior Hour. Now go and enhance your quality of life.